Hi. Jordan Shanks, Friendlyjordies. He's a great YouTuber, great, fantastic talent out of New South Wales. YouTuber there. He's very Labor centric. He's very entertaining. He has, he has. I'm laughing now thinking about some of his stuff that he's done over the years. He's been going for 6 or 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. I don't know. Whenever he left university, he's basically the story of a public schoolboy done good. Can be no doubt the man will be. He'd be worth a considerable sum of coin at the moment. So good on you, Jordan. I don't begrudge anyone in the world making a living and a clean dollar. Just remember where you came from and share the love, especially my way. he pulls no punches, but there's pulling no punches like the dickhead Crowder, and then there's pulling no punches and backing it up with actual facts. Like I love how the Shapiros of the world say facts don't care about your feelings. Well, okay, mate. You believe in okay, I said I wasn't going to do this, but this I have to do religion with Shapiro. You say facts don't care about your feelings. Well, the fact that you believe in a God that doesn't exist, Ben, there's no facts to prove the God. Like, I could just as easily say there's a flying brain orbiting the sun and it's influencing the universe and everything, and you prove me wrong. You can't prove a negative. Proving that it's not a God is just an uphill battle that you've slyly relied on over the years to deflect and away from the true issue. That there is atheism is not a religion. Okay, atheism is not a religion. It's not a dogma. It's not a cult. It is it's a realization that people come to when they look at the world around them, and everything's scientifically proven. Like the Einstein's theory of relativity, Darwin's evolution. It just makes sense. Like the broccoli you eat now, compared to the broccoli from 400 years ago, it's a different plant. It's, the banana, the Cavendish banana, for example, when it was first discovered, it was all seed, very little meat. Now it's all meat, very little seed. That's Darwin in action. That's evolution in action in our lifetime. So really the proof of. So let's get back to Jordan Shanks. He points out a lot in his videos that there's a common held myth in Australia that the Liberals are good economic management. They will do everything and save and restore the crazy spending by Labor, the drivers into debt. Well, you know what the facts that Jordan points out completely dispel those ridiculous myths, because it's a fact that Libs drive Australia into debt. Deficit spending under the Liberals is completely fine. Deficit spending under Labor, oh my God, what are we going to spend in these generations? Under the Liberals, it's completely undermanaged. We're managing it fine. Deficit spending is fine. And what happens is they get wrecked. They crash the economy. They drive up the national debt so much. And the Australian people, God bless them, God bless them. They vote in Labor. Labor, stimulate the economy because they realise that austerity is it's a redundant policy. Austerity is a ridiculous policy. If you have a welfare system that gives money out, like a UBI or a welfare system that gives that, do you think these people are saving their money? No, they're going to the coffee shop, they're going to the hairdressers, they're going to buy a new pair of shorts, new pair of shoes, new pair of t-shirt. They drive the economy. People with money drive the economy. Like, do you not get that? To have a whole class of people. Anyway, that's what Labor do get. They have a healthy safety net. They one day there will be a UBI. And I'm not saying this because I tend towards the left that there's going to be a UBI. There will be a UBI because of automation. Because what's going to happen when the truck driving computers are in fact safer than a truck driver? Do you think a company is not going to sack every truck driver and have a fleet of robot trucks? If someone came to me and said, Mr. CEO, for a massive investment, we will completely automate your trucking system to where crashes just don't exist. The computer will never make a mistake. All the crashes that happen will be computers will be cars, drunk drivers running into trucks. That'll happen, no doubt. But the computers will get to a stage where they will not make mistakes. And they run 24 hours a day. So, this is what the robotics truck guy will present to the CEO of Mr. Distribution Company. They will say, Mr. CEO, we have a fleet of 10,000 trucks, fully automated, 24 hours a day. The only stops are to refill the tank. There's zero crash rate, there's zero downtime, there's zero thing. We don't have to worry about unions, we don't have to worry about paying truck drivers, we don't have to worry about superannuation. Superannuation coverage in America is what you call 401k. We don't have to pay any protections towards the labour at all because there is no labour. The job, okay. That's impossible. Well, people that used to weave cotton, they invented the cotton gin. All of a sudden, overnight, the cotton weavers were massively. These are hundreds, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, of cotton spinners. These women working from home. I think they were the Jacobites or the Luddites. I think it's the Luddites. The Luddites. They broke the gins. They wouldn't accept the technology. Well, what's happening now is this is the third the Industrial Revolution, and then we had the Industrial Revolution, and then we had the nuclear age, and this is the technological revolution. So this is the end game for people. We're at the end game now. Oh, okay. Now, Jordan Shanks, Friendlyjordies, he calls out Mr. Murdoch, Mr. Rupert Murdoch, that piece of That guy owns everything. He owns just about everything, every newspaper in Queensland. He owns a shit ton of radio stations. I think the television stations are going to go by the way, but I think he's got some of them. And anyway, he's what he says goes like he's got reporters, fair and balanced reporters that work and answer to Mr. Murdoch. Like there's reporters that have been said that I will write anything that Murdoch says me to write. That tells me to write. Says me to write. I will say anything that he says me to write. That he tells me to write. I will write. How fucking wrong is that? Like a fair and balanced press. Okay, Mr. Okay, Geordie. Oh, okay. This is when people say there's no difference between voting Labor and Liberal. This is where Jordan Shanks, Friendlyjordies, points out there is a big difference between voting. No, sorry about that, people. There is a big difference between voting between Liberal and Labor. Labor are backed by the unions and donations from people. Okay? They do their fundraisers and stuff, you know, they've got their Labor bigwigs. Liberals, they get their money from corporations. I'll say that again, wait. They get their money from corporations. Which corporations? They get their money from corporations. Okay, so they win. And they get their money from corporations. This is what I've always wondered. How is that not bribery? How do they skirt that bribery law? I know they've got a heck ton of lawyers, and I'm just a boy from the. I'm just a simple fella from the country, and I don't know these. To me, it sounds like bribery. Like how. Oh, we just started. This is only page 2. Oh, where this is some real corruption between Labor and Liberal, because the Labor opposition in I think it's Joan McKinney. Oh God, I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Anyway, the opposition leader in New South Wales, she's been on Geordies. Watch the interview between Jordan and Kevin Rudd. That is very good. Very good. Very, very good. And he does another interview with I found it fascinating, with this reporter. I'm sorry about names. I'm terrible with names. Kelly, I think his name is, something like that. His reporter is great. He's an independent reporter, so there's no bullshit. Anyway, Jordan's got a bee in his bonnet against Gladys Berejiklian and John Barilaro Bros. Okay, John Barilaro Bros is the big honcho in the National Party. He makes shit go down. Okay, this guy's corrupt as they fucking come. I swear to God, like the good old mafia, Don. You know, don't fuck with Mr. Barilaro Bros. Okay. Oh, you might remember there was a fish kill. This is tragic, mate. Okay, I'm a big greenie. The Murray River, I've been there. It's fat. It's one of the natural wonders of the world. There's desert, and then there's a river that's 100 meters across. Well, where I was in Mildura, Robinvale, Swan View, I think it's called. Anyway, all those places there. Jet ski races. These jet ski, they got V8, 350 Chevy V8 jet boats. Fucking fast, very fast. Menindee, fish kill. Okay, Murray cod, protected species in Australia. They live to 100 years old. they grow. Oh, I can't do they grow to a meter 20, something like that. They're not 40 before they. I don't know, 20. Anyway, they don't breed until they get like older. So when a whole heap of Murray cod are floating on the fucking surface of the river, it's not good. And you look around and there's 5,000 freshwater fish in the Murray River. The Murray River. Now, what caused this? As Jordan pointed out, the project show on channel something, the project laughed when they first got this story. They laughed at it. God, it sounded terrible. These people were laughing in the background. These guys, I could see the tragedy. This guy's holding up 100-year-old Murray cod. That fish will never reproduce. That cycle is broken for that fish. It's gone. It won't come back. That woman, I wanted to cancel her, to get her cancelled. Okay, the project laughed. Oh, and then they sent this fucking useless creature, this reporter guy. They sent this guy out, and he interviews cotton growers. These very guys who boast about how much water they steal from the Murray Darling River system to grow more cotton. So much cotton that you could make a lot of t-shirts. Okay? And that's a lot of t-shirts. So what they do is, cotton is a very water-intensive crop. Very, very water-intensive crop. They're upriver from Menindee, very, very far upriver. If you don't know, the Murray River, it goes for 300, 400, 500 kilometres. It's very, very, it goes down to the Coorong National Park in South Australia. Flows, I don't know, all those mountains and shit. It comes down the water. It's a never-ending flow of water. It's a great thing. Until we came along. Anyway, the cotton motherfuckers, they made big lakes and shit, so they always had water. Take some water out of there. They were meant to take... Oh, Jordan pointed out that these people who are meant to be the regulatory bodies of these growers, they're good mates with them. I don't know how many bribes go on in this fucked up system. And where are the police? Are the police getting bribed? Is John Barilaro Bros and his national cronies really that powerful? That, like, I know he holds the balance of power. Gladys doesn't have enough vote. If Gladys and the Libs got enough votes by herself, she would kick him to the fucking curb so quick. His Barilaro Bros head would be spinning. Okay, Jordan. This is Jordan. There's a bit here I've written. He's a 30-something-year-old dude. As I said, he's a schoolboy made good. He produces his own shit, which is fucking great stuff. Oh, okay. I got into this guy. I was just something that was recommended to me. You must before life passes you by, watch the Chronicles of Yilmaz. Oh, hashtag koala killer, Gladys Berejiklian. Oh, there's another thing that Jordan pointed out. Gladys Berejiklian, okay, there was, I think, 33 forest managers that covered a fucking huge area, which 33 is not enough anyway. But anyway, that's beside the point. She thought 33 was way too many, so she cut it down to 10. Right, some of these people were managing the size of fucking a big place. You know, Australia's a big place. Like, if you've travelled, like, are you city people that have never travelled? Shut the fuck up, because you don't know. Australia is massive. If you've got a helicopter through anywhere 300 k's in one distance, and you crashed or didn't crash, even if you landed and ran out of petrol and shit, you'll die because there's nobody around. It's vast. There's no one around. There's 27 million people. They all live on the ocean, and in the middle there's fuck all. Oh, Pine Gap and Ezrock. Oh, sorry, Uluru. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, but so let's get this. Oh, fucking here we go. Berejiklian. She's got this light rail project. Cost was a couple of $1 billion over profit. She's got mates in the construction industry. She ripped down a perfectly good stadium. A multi-million dollar stadium she ripped down because of the seats.
Well, you can build one for RTA and then one for R5, but I don't know what to do with
Well, sounds to me like she got a contract from some fucking dude came in and said, "Hey Gladys, I can knock this fucker down. Think up some bullshit excuse for me to be able to come in and knock it down. I'll go yards." Oh, Gladys. Gladys. Where are you, Gladys? I think you get $430,000 a year. What's your net worth? You'd be embarrassed, wouldn't you? I tried very hard to find out Gladys Berejiklian's net worth. Very hard. She's shot. She's in the tens of millions because of shit she couldn't hide. But geez, I think that's the tip of the iceberg. That's the tip of the iceberg for old Gladys there. So big shout out to Jordan Shanks. You've inspired me to do this shit with my millions of subscribers. Anyway, you got to start somewhere, eh? Okay, guys, look at my spiders. Hey, let's have a look at some of these guys. What have we got here? Ooh, for you arachnophobes are gone. I find some of these fascinating. Like, look at this big bastard here. And you got these down in from your part of the work. This bastard under every toilet seat. Look at this. Look at this beautiful thing, eh? Is that picking it up? Is that picking it up alright? Yeah, it's picking it up alright. Look at that. That beautiful thing, eh? It's quite pretty. It doesn't fucking look like that, but it's quite pretty. And look at that. That's a fucking nightmare. Imagine that waiting in a big tree and being about 3 meters long. Anyway. Friendlyjordies. Watch it. And, maybe like, subscribe, and peace.